Yeah, the way the race played out is bizarre. But Robert, regardless of what Tim Robery said, I wasn't picking her to win this race, to beat this field. We knew she wasn't doing full-fledged marathon training, and she had to train the every day until the last 3 with Ramadan. I would have factored that in. No way she wins. Here's what we said on that podcast. But if she pulls this thing off somehow, oh my God. GOAT right away. Just GOAT.
I think she'd earn it, right? If she
Yeah.
won, if she beat this field in the London Marathon, I think we'd have to say she's the best female distance runner we've ever seen.
So I present the question to you guys. We were posing this question before we knew she would actually win the race while stopping and falling 30 seconds behind. But is this the greatest female distance runner we've ever seen?
It's a tough question because I feel like this question is not discussed as much as it is on the men's side, and I'm not even sure we have a clear answer before the race. Was it Tirunesh Dibaba? Do you go further back? Someone like Greta Weitz, where the times aren't as competitive, but they're breaking world records. I mean, who before this race, who would you have considered the women's GOAT, Robert? I think I would have gone to Dibaba, but I wouldn't have been like, she's clearly the answer.
I guess at least since Let's Run was founded, it's got to be Dibaba, right? What, 3 Olympic golds, 3 other Olympic medals, 2 world cross country titles?
No, 4. She's got 4 world cross country titles. One of those is the short race. 5-time world champ on the track. She's got a 2:17:56 marathon PB. That was 2017 London, so not sure if she had the super shoes at that point or not. 1 major win in that event, 2017 Chicago. I mean, if you look at just sort of major victories, she has more than Hassan. Hassan's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-time world champion on the track. Has never medaled at World Cross. World Indoor champ in the 1600. World records in the mile, 10K since broken. Dibaba used to have the 5K world record. And she's got the London Marathon victory now. In terms of like just resume, maybe you would say Dibaba still, but I just think Hassan, some of these moments, winning this London Marathon, that would be a career-defining moment for a lot of athletes. The double Olympic gold plus the 1500 bronze in Tokyo, that I think is the greatest achievement in the history of women's distance running. Then her 5K, 10K in Doha in 2019. I mean, the way I think of it, I put this in our recap, was she was up against Perez Jepchirchir in this race, who was a dominant marathoner. Had won 5 straight big-time marathons, including Valencia, the Olympics, Boston, and New York. And Hassan ends that streak. She's the first one to beat her in a major international marathon. Whereas on the track, the GOAT 1500 runner of all time, the GOAT 1500 runner on the women's side is Faith Kipyegon, who has won 5 of the last 6 global titles in that event. The only woman to beat her at a global championship since then, Sifan Hassan. So she's beating the best ever in the mile, and she's also beating one of the best ever in the marathon. I don't know. I think just some of these achievements she has, like these moments of glory. I think maybe I'm just biased, recency bias here, but I think I might lean Hassan with how great she's been at some of these big time championships.
You're also missing, in 2019 when she did the 15-10 double. Well, yeah, she front ran the 351 to beat Kipyego, right? Negative split of that one.
Right.
But now Kipyegon wasn't peak Kipyegon. She was coming back from pregnancy, right?
True, but she still ran like 3:53 in the race.
But then in the 10,000, she closed in 3:59 to beat Ayana, who's now the world record holder in the 5.
No, Gidey, who's now the world record holder. And then 2 years later in Tokyo, after Gidey broke Hassan's world record, she essentially did the same thing and dusted her in the 10K final.
It's either her or Dibaba, but there's more. I do think Hassan benefits also from joining the Oregon Project. We as Westerners became more into her. There's a little bit the internet now is more advanced, so we're kind of like following her life, her career as it happens. Ethiopians, I mean, Dibaba doesn't really speak English as well, right, and stuff like that. So
What I love about Hassan is that she does what we ask of all our great athletes, which is she continually tests herself and challenges herself. She's not content to just become the 1500 meter world champion or the 10K world champion and run that event for 5 or 6 years. And that's what Dibaba was doing in the 5K, 10K. She'd run the 10K every time and she'd usually win it. And I don't have a real problem with that, but Hassan always looks for the next thing. She says, okay, I've done this. Now what can I do next? And that's what leads her to running the 1500 and 10K at Worlds. That's what leads her to running the triple in Tokyo. That's what leads her to making her marathon debut against the most stacked field in history and then winning it. She's always looking for something else. I saw on an NBC Olympic talk today, there's now talk about her trying the Zardopac in Paris, 5K, 10K marathon. So would I put that past her? No, because that's what she loves to do. So it's just really exciting to follow that. I appreciate that she's setting herself these new crazy things that no one thinks she can accomplish, and then she does.
Hassan's done like totally unprecedented stuff in the sport. I mean, the triple, then winning this marathon. I mean, I can't believe she beat Kipyegon in a 1500, but as Robert pointed out, she was coming back from pregnancy. But her time at the top has been briefer. It's now coming up on 4 years. Dibaba won a gold in 2003, won another one in 2012. She's actually a year younger than Kipchoge. Did you guys realize that? Almost exactly a year younger. And hey, she raced this weekend. Tirunesh Dibaba at the Gifu Half Marathon in Gifu, Japan. Third place, 69.57.
Well, improvement on Houston earlier this year. But I would say, yeah, maybe Hassan needs another year or two to accrue counting stats. Yeah, but if she wins, I think if she wins another couple gold medals, you could say that. But well, then, the thing is, this London Marathon accomplishment, it's just this versatility. She's certainly the most versatile athlete we've ever seen on the women's side. I would say probably men's side too, right? Have we ever seen someone with the range of Hassan? 156 for 800, London Marathon champion over a stacked field, beating Kipyegon in the 1500, and she's Olympic gold in the 5 and 10. It's unprecedented, right?
Yes. I mean, we're seeing what Tigist Asepa, 800 runner and marathon runner. Like, we're seeing this new range on the women's side.
Yeah, Gadzebe Dibaba actually has a faster marathon and faster 1500 PB than Sifan Hassan.
But she doesn't have the 800. Anyways, the women's race ends.